Oh, well, that's good, despite the fact it's sideways. Whoopee. Very professional. I'm sorting out a stream while streaming. How very professional. I need to move this. I need to move that. I'll get this right someday. It's not going to be today, unfortunately. There will be today, but nobody's watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, sorry. Skip to a time. I will. Well, that takes up most of the screen anyway. These are the tools you'll need to use if you're making a first strike box. Yeah, it takes up most. Move that out of the way. This one, if you're making this, here's what you're gonna need: a Citadel or any old craft knife, and I don't know what these are called. I keep calling them pliers, but they're not pliers, are they? They're plastic cutting thingamajigs. I just want to check. How am I sounding? Am I sounding good? Oh, I have no clue what I am doing. Right, what's this? You'll have to do. So, whether you're watching this on YouTube or now, I am very sorry. But we can't say sorry forever. So, whoopsie. So, you got the tools, that's alright. You got the instructions, that's partially alright. So, what we're going to be doing today is the first strike box. And I'm going to pull that off there. So, if you don't know already, with the first strike box, the miniatures are push fit. As you can see there, that's just where an arm goes in. And the backpack, the jetpack thing, jump pack, correct term, that goes on the back. It all clips together because it's a starter box, and I should have probably said that in the beginning. First Strike is a starter box. It does say on the box it is a starter set, but with that out of the way, we will I can't English today, getting on with this. Now, here's one I cooked up earlier. Obviously these things don't take too long to make, in terms of this set anyway. This set and the rest of it, which is off camera over there. These yeah, they take 5-10 minutes if you're trying, but we're gonna make all of them today except this one because I've already made this one. So we can go over there. Okay. So first thing you're going to need to do is make sure you have enough bases. You can never not have enough bases. Second of all, you need all of these. I'll tell you why in a minute. You need all of these because we're going to be making one of these ones. Which one did we need? I am going off the instructions. I do apologise if you want to see the instructions, because I don't think I can fit it all on the camera. Move this out the way. So, I've already built the Captain Intercessor, the Intercessor Sergeant, sorry. We will be, as little difference to what I've already done off camera, I'm going to show this on camera. Death Guard Plague Marines, grab yourself a base. We don't need it yet, but we'll move all these off the table. Oh dear, I dropped a base. Next thing you gonna do is grab the we're gonna be building the Death Guard Plague Champion, this one. So we'll be doing 1, 2, 5. So it says here you got your numbers. This is kind of the order you have to build it in, but these numbers also are within these things. Something they don't tell you is the little numbers on the sides of these, or that, this correspond with numbers on this. So just need to find number 1. I'm not going to be doing it in the camera because the camera is just my phone. 1. No, hang on a second. I can bring the 1. So there's 1 right there. And that one. My camera will not focus. Focus. Oh, there we go. This one here is number 1, and that needs to go on number 2. Well, you never would have thought that, would you? But it does. And then number 2 is this big boy here. So let's get cutting. So what you want to do, grab your plier things, I don't know what they're called, and you just get to this one here. What you're going to do is make sure the flat bit of the plier thingies, not this bit, the flat bit goes up against the thing you're cutting out. So we're cutting out this thing, so flat bit underneath like that, and cut. And there we've made our first cut. Next off, we are going to go around here, and still this piece here, gonna chop here, like so. And then finally we need to get this bit out of here. So I always recommend rotating when you're building these starter sets. Always rotate. That's there, that's there. So this one here, I don't have good light on this one, nor my camera wants to focus. Oh, there we go, that actually worked. So that little bit in there, I'm gonna cut that as well, just slow, carefully, like so. And you'll notice it has fallen out. That's good, because last thing I want it to do is fall onto the ground. Next thing you want to do is go number 2. Now I forgot which one number 2 was. This one. That one. This one. This one here is number 2. Just slightly distanced, socially distanced from number 1. Right, with these bodies, because they're the basic builder things, starter sets, you don't want to be cutting all of these arm bits off. Instead, you want to be cutting just to where the this diamond shaped plastic here meets that rounded shaped plastic up there. I'll probably show it better off with my knife, or craft knife. It's still a knife though, isn't it? Number 2. So yeah, we want to cut in between this bit here and this bit here, just in that little section there. Cut right there is where we want to cut. So we'll go ahead and cut that. Is that even number 2? Yes, it is. I keep forgetting which one's number 2. We want to cut right there. So we've cut that now. That's a little bit loose. Now if we go on to this other side, we want to do the same thing again. Not cut any of this plastic circle bit off, but just before it on this diamond bit. And hold on a second. Yep, that's okay. So we want to be cutting right about there, like so. So that's that top bit weakened, loosened. Next we're going to cut these bits here, so just like so. 1, And oh, that one didn't cut properly. 1. And if we flip it over, we can do number 2. There we go. So that's, we can that off a little bit more, and that's very shaky. Right, last bit we need to do is this bit here. So to do this, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. Probably the back side, and just get in like that. Right, go on there, then chuck this somewhere not out of reach like I was about to do. So as you can see, we can, come on, focus, 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 please. There we go. Oh, perfect. So as you can see, my camera's not having any of this, but also, please, oh dear. Okay, so there are little bits here and here which need just trimming off with the craft knife. Also maybe this bit down here as well, that can probably go. On the base of it, I think it's alright. We'll have to see though in terms of the bases, which I chucked over here. Wait, no, here's the base. Always keep a base handy. So hopefully you'll know if nothing needs to be changed to the base cut, because it should just fit in like so. So that's that. Next what we're going to do is apply the head to the thing. I am sorry if I'm not showing the instructions. It's way too big to have instructions anywhere. So place that on there like so. And there we have it. There's the first part, and he has a horn. He can identify as a unicorn. Anyway, next what we're going to do is go back to the thing we were cutting from. Just chucking this over somewhere else, just out the way. Next we want 3 and 4. Because that's how numbers work. Right, anyway, you can go on the floor. So again, just looking for the numbers 3 and 4. Here's number 4. We'll do number 4 first. So this one here, number 4. This arm in the corner with the knife thingy. We'll chop that there. If we can. I will be going over everything with the craft knife in a bit, because we just want to cut here. Trying not to cut out any detailing. That's one thing you've got to keep in mind with these things, is you don't accidentally cut details. And here. So that was nice and quickly off the pocket. And I don't remember 3 or 4 or which arms they are, but I think this one goes in. Oh, put your arms on. Sometimes this can be a bit trickier than you are supposed to be. Why are you trickier than you're supposed to be? Am I missing a step? Did I cut too much? No. Why is your arm not being an arm and attached to your body? I know you're supposed to be plaguey and diseased, but I may need to go over with the craft knife. So, when it comes to craft knife stuff, you have to be very careful not to damage it too far. And I can see the issue already. It's just slightly raised up here. And so my camera doesn't want to focus. Slightly raised around this area here. So what we're going to do is lightly just trim that little bit off. Ever so lightly. Don't need much power behind it. Ever so slightly. There we go. And that's, for you that was probably a bunch of blurs, but we managed to thin it off. Camera. When my camera decides to focus. Camera, please. Yeah, as you can see, we have just cut a little bit off of there, which was being a pain. Now, the issue with small bits, especially if you have pets, make sure to put your tools away. Also, with these bits of plastic, they can disappear really easily, so just make sure you don't knock your workspace too much. Anyway, so now we might be able to fit his arm on. His arm was an issue before. It's not an issue now because just slide that baby on like butter. Very hard butter, but butter nonetheless. If you hate butter for whatever reason, then I'm sorry. It had to be butter. So there we go. That's him with his left arm on. Forgot my left and rights for a second. So that's right, number 3. His arm was number 4, we need his other arm, which is number 3. So we get this thing again. Get your craft knife. No, you don't get your craft knife, you get your marker pliers. No marker pliers, pliers, just pliers. You don't need the marker. Definitely don't need the marker. And you find number 4. 3. You find 3, because we just did 4. 4 was the sword. 3 is this one. So 3 is this bulbous looking hand by where the body once was. And you should be able to see the number actually. Yep, there it is. Number 3. And that's that one. So what we do again is ever so carefully trim this one off. Trim. Rotate. Always make sure to rotate just so you can get the best angle of attack. This one here and this one here. Oh, whoopsie. You're an active one. So then we have his arm. Now it's no good to us here, so let's put it on the model. Just whack that on like so. I'm probably doing a terrible cutting job because I'm not going back over it with the craft knife or anything. If anything, no, that looks good. Never mind. Then we should be able to just slide it onto his body. Okay, so same here again. There's that little bit sticking out just up there. That needs to go, I think. So what we're going to do, we'll grab your craft knife, put it in your stronger hand, because that's the smartest thing to do. And then once your camera decides to focus, ever so slightly. I can't see and it's causing weird eyesight. Why are you doing that? Just chisel away, just ever so lightly, because you don't want to break the model, so to say. You just want to make sure you can get it to fit on the model ever so slightly. Sometimes if you're too careful, you can try sawing. Sawing always works, but you need to be ever so careful with anything you do with any of these tools. And then that's not your arm, that's your arm and your hand. And then hopefully, skidoodle skedaddle, you're not going on this ladle. Ladle's a different thing altogether. So back to the not so drawing board, rather cutting board. And then you just, again, just ever so slightly cut that little bit off. Just more of a flat edge. Then arm. Arm can go on now. Arm is going on. Oh dear. Why are you like this? Okay, back to the craft knife. Just making sure that we can actually fit the arm on. Skadoo skiday, get on your bidet. Why aren't you going on your body? Right, move those over there. Move that out the way. Wonder what on earth you've done wrong. That's what you've done wrong, because it's supposed to go back. And I have messed up really badly. We didn't need to do as much cutting as we needed, but it's fine, it fit. If push comes to shove, which it will if these miniatures start taking the mick, I'll start shoving the pieces in together rather than just lightly pushing. You may need some glue. If anything goes wrong, use some glue. It will surely fix it. These pieces are going to be a bit loose anyway, because obviously they're only push fit and I'm not gluing them. And it's up to you whether you glue them or not. And I've just realised this bit on his left arm here, if we just take his left arm off and get our craft knife, we can, there's this little, almost like skin tag thing here that's not really needed, because that's where it connected to the rack thingy. So we can just take that bit off ever so slightly. I like to saw it, even though I don't think it's the safest method. Ever so slightly. Forward, back motion, like so. There we go. And maybe a bit more on this side. Ooh. Be careful when your hand slips. Try not to slip is a good idea. Don't slip. Whoopsie. He says as he slips. And why are you going dark? Okay. Right. There's still quite an excess amount on here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it needs to come off. I am sorry for my handiwork with the camera, because I'm not in frame half the time, but anyway, that's that. Then you can just whack it back on. Oh, you are sharp. His right arm is sharpy. There we go. There's the Death Guard Plague Captain, champion even. Death Guard Plague Champion. Done in all his glory. Next thing you're going to want to do is probably make the rest of the Space Marines after we did the rest of the Death Guard. Now, I prefer Space Marines over Death Guard. But there's one thing I know. If you've started a faction, you should finish it. And that doesn't make sense as I never finish the Space Marines. But it does mean that we're going to go on to the next Death Guard champion, Plague Champion, which is this one here. You can't see this. Whoops. And I shouldn't drop it either. That would also be great. Right, so, what you're going to do, again, get the racking thing. I don't know what you call it. Halt, I have made a mistake. So, these guys also have jetpacks, which means we need number 5. We don't have number 5 on him. We'll bring you back into the equation because you are needed. Lovely. Next, get 5. Find 5. That's 5. It's a jetpack with a blaster on it. That's 5. So, what I can do is slowly but surely chop. Ever so slightly chop and chop. So get that out of the way. Put that over there. Now we have his jetpack. Now I wish I could get rid of that, but that needs a file really. Other than that though, we've done a good job on cutting this one out, so no need to use the craft knife here. And we'll just attach it onto the back of him. As you can see, it's got a little thingamabobber here to go in this thingamabobber. So we put the thingamabobber in the thingamabobber to make that. That is him in all his glory. Again. Right. Death Guard Plague Marine 2. Or, well, it says 3 up here, but 3B. And that was 3A. But he's just 1 and he's number 2. So we'll make number 2. Number 2 requires a base. Don't even need that yet. I don't know what I was saying. You need a base. Make sure with both him and with this one we're building, this one we've just built, and most of the Space Marines, they all require the would help if I stopped flinging the book off the floor, or on the floor even. They all require 32mm bases, which are the slightly bigger bases of this box. So what we're going to do now is find numbers 10 and 11. So we go to here. Number 10 is this big boy in the corner here. And the head, which is number 11, is, funnily enough, right next to it. So we need these two cut out, like so. If I can just rotate it to make sure I'm in camera frame and focus. 1. 2. Always rotating, never stop. Don't stop rotating. Hold on to that tracking. Pliers, craft knife, and you'll see he goes flying. Right, can you not? Next we want the head. The head is here, and we want to cut somewhere What's his body like? Looking at his body, we cannot make anything from that. So we'll have to make fancy guesswork on where we actually need to cut. So, we need to cut just above this diamond. We need to be cutting right here. And this is where everything's going to go wrong because I'm not holding the piece. So we cut just above the diamond. We need to keep this little tag thing on the back of his head. We need to keep this little extra piece because it will then slot in like so. No. Like. Oh no. Do this properly. Oh, it's one of those. Right. So, with the Space Marines, you'll find this quite a lot with the easy to build set. We're not even halfway through this yet, and this is already painful. Oh dear. We need to make it so that we need the third part, which is, if we just lay the head and body there for a second. Whoopsie. We also need number 12. So we go back to this bit, find number 12, which is this piece up here. And we'll grab the scissory pliers. Cut. Rotate. And where did I just cut from? Okay. I can't remember which one I cut, but it's definitely not this one. And finally, this one in here. That's one I cut. Never mind. We want this one over here. Now this one's a bit tricky because it's right in between, I don't know if you can see that, two detailed parts. Yeah, it's right in between two detailed parts. We want to cut that middle bit there. So, ever so gently, cut this out like so. Whack that to one side, and with your craft knife, all you want to do is see this middle bit. We just want to, you could keep it on, make it look a bit better, but unlike my camera, it needs glasses. I need glasses, but oh well. Could leave that on, but it still looks a bit dodgy, so what we're going to do is just very carefully. This is where I get a million comments saying you're not supposed to cut that bit off. Whoops. I am so confused as to where I am right now. Oh, that's that. Okay. So yeah, we don't need that bit. So that's alright. So yeah, ever so slightly, just saw it. Gentle back and forth movements. There we go. That's still not completely cut it off. So what we can do is, my camera wants to focus. This is a dangerous practice. And there we go. Cut off. Even though you probably didn't see that, it was just much of a blur. It went flying off into my carpet. So that's not good. Right, next thing you want to do is put your craft knife down. Put it down. We don't need it. We do not need it. Get the body. Get the head. Put the head somewhere in the middle of the chest little area. Then with the chest piece, line it up like so and push together. Now on the Intercessor Sergeant dude, that was painful. It was a painful experience trying to get on the Intercessor Sergeant, but I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Space Marine duty Intercessor. No, I was saying it wrong. Okay. So on the Intercessor Sergeant dude, that would have been a pain, but I've just realised this dude has a little skin tag of plastic. So what we're going to do is get our craft knife and ever so slightly, slowly but surely, just forwards and backwards motion and pushing away from you. Make sure not to get your fingers in the way, like so. Now arguably we could do that a little bit more because it's still quite sticking out. So again, very soft movements. There we go. Now that's a bit more flatter, that's ready to be painted. Now the issue with these push fit ones is sometimes they don't fit perfectly, so they will get this crack going down. Obviously if we put glue on it, then whoops. Okay, so apparently they do click together better. Oh dear, tonight's gonna be a long night. So they click together perfectly. I will stop what I was trying to say before because it's obviously rubbish. So that's him like that. We're only halfway through this one. Next thing we're gonna do is arms. Yes, arms. We need arms. So we need number 13. We go to the rack thing with our pliers and find number 13, which I do believe is this one up here. So this is number 13, this gun. This thing which should not be used against humans, even though that's what it was designed for. Cut here, cut here. Cut the barrel. Cut here. And then cut up here. Whoopsie. Then that will be this piece. That's the arm. Now, we didn't do much to mess up on that, so we're just going to attach that straight on. And it goes in sideways. So like, that's very awkward. How do you guys do this? Like so. Oh, that worked. Like so, it should go straight on. I thought it would be a lot harder than that, but it's not, and I have to admit I quite like this Plague Marine. These Plague Marines are interesting. Right, we can attach it to the base now if we want, because we're not going to be doing anything special with it, so we'll do that. So first, we will do, try and fit it in. If it doesn't fit, use our craft knife. But it fits perfectly, so it's fine. Before we forget, we need the jetpack thingamabobber. So we go back to here, and we need 14. 14? 14. Which one's 14? You're 4. You're 4, you're 14. No, you're not, you're 6 or 9. 6. Wait. 9. 14. 14. We need 14. I was reading 4 as 14. Or 14 as 4 even. So we'll just snip. Snip. Trying not to cut off that little orb. Yeah, we need that little orb. That little orb right there. Try not to cut that off, because that's a part of the model and not a part of the cutting plastic. And finally, this little piece right here. Perfect. Put that to one side, put this over here. And there we go. That's the jetpack. We can probably cut a little bit off where this bit was with our craft knife. So, again, get your craft knife, just gently, ever so slightly, back and forth, and trying not to cut the model itself, which I accidentally did. Not the best way to do this without ruining the model. Moving back and forth. What? No, we need that. We're not eating it just yet. Right, that should do. We didn't take much off, but we've taken enough. So put a craft knife over there. Turn this one over onto his back, or belly even. The back is facing us. Now we put that right here. Here. No, wait. Put that like that onto there. So that's that one done, I think. Yes, according to the instructions, that is correct. Whoops. That's that one. Oh dear. We've probably already spent an hour trying to do this. And already I can't see. Oh, 42 minutes. Oh, we are doing not well. I was expecting to be faster than this. Next, what we're going to do is the other Plate Marine Guard. Plate Death Guard Plate Marine 3C. So, first things first, you get yourself a base. I have a base just off camera. I have loads of bases off camera. I have a base in my base in off camera. 3C is the gas mask looking dude. Love it. So first of all, you make sure your base is the right way up. You don't want the base upside down, otherwise you won't fit the miniatures in the base. For people who are not doing first strike or any of the easy to build, you won't need to worry about that because you'll just glue it to the base anyway. There. But if you are doing these easy to build and starter kits, you need base right way up, otherwise it won't fit. Okay? Okay. So, first we need, I don't know why we're saying first we need, because this is all we need for this dude, are these 4 pieces that are left. So, without further ado or further disruption, we'll just go and cut these out. One. Make sure with these as well to not cut off this bit here, because this bit is where you're going to be putting the arm on. I nearly forgot that and nearly chopped it off. There's number 1, or well, number 7 even. No wait, that was number 6. Now we're going to cut number 7. Watch out for his ears, because his ears are used for hearing, but also they are not a part of the cuttable plastic area. Right, and then here, I think, chop, and finally, or no, not finally, here, boop, and here. I want to see. There's a little bit, you can't see it out of the way. There's a little bit of plastic here which might be able to come off. Other than that, I'm just going to leave that as it is. And I'll just go ahead and cut the rest of these out, because we don't need them here. Watch out with this one as well, because this has little tiny spiky doos on it. You don't want to be cutting the spiky doos, because that's part of the model. There we go. And finally this one, which is his other arm. How are you attached? Why are you attached? Eh? Why are you like that? How are you like that? Am I supposed to cut you off? I think I am. So with this one, you might want to get in at that angle. Don't know if that's very clear to you guys, but yeah, that kind of angle you want on it. We're going to definitely need to cut that down a little bit in a minute. And this one here. And this one here. So now that's finished with, we can chuck that away. Oh, whoops. With your craft knife, come to that area where we didn't know what we were doing, and just ever so lightly. Oh, hello. Cut it off. I don't know if you saw that, but that went flying. And there we have it. And then we can just quickly assemble this dude. Put him on the base first. Hopefully. There we go. This one's easier because you just put this here and then this on here. And that makes up most of him anyway. Hello, go on, please. Oh, come on. I'm not here all day. Well, I am. I'm at home. But go on, there we go. So, cool looking one. And then we need his left arm. His left arm? Yeah, his left arm. On like this. Like that. And then finally his jetpack thingamabob, which goes on like that. And there we have it. That's number 3C, or as I like to call it, my 4th model built in the first strike box. Oh dear. We're not even halfway. There's how many people are there in this box? 15. Well, we've managed 4. 3 on camera, 1 off. Anywho. Death Guard Poxwalkers. Okay, so that's 4 for the rest of the numbers. So, we're nearly through it all, guys. I wish it didn't be this long. Well, you might know this already if you're reading the instructions with me, which I am not displaying enough, but if you've got this box and you know the instructions, there's 25mm here. That's how big the base is. Now, the bases I got off camera are too big even. I nearly said too small. They're too big. So, what we're going to do is find small bases. Are you a small base? No, you're a big base. Where are all my big bases? All my small bases are in the box still. So what you want, small base. Now for reference, these were the bases we were using for those guys. This one is what we need for the Death Guard Poxwalkers. So we can move this one out of the way and use the small ones, because that's what we need. So first things first, I'm the realist. So using 9, 10 and 11, which Again, you need to refer to this. There's number 9 down here. Notice how with number 9, I don't know if you cannot see that. Yes, you can. Number 9 with the line underneath. So you want this one. Chop here. And here. And keep rotating, you'll get there eventually. In here. And then that should fall down there. It's number 9. I need to find number 10. People would say it's Downing Street, but I'm not too sure that 10 is Downing Street. This one here is number 10. And there's a little bit of rounded plastic here on the actual body. You don't want to cut that off. Instead, you want to just hit just before that rounded plastic, right around there. And then, oh, hello. You're very active today, aren't you? Like, you get there. Stay. No. Oh, no. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I've lost one of my miniatures down the side of my bed. Or not bed, unit even. Oh, great. I have to move all of this out of the way. At least it wasn't the one I'm building. So, what did we have? We have 9 and 10 and 11. We got 9, we got 10. We need to find number 11. So number 11 is this arm here. All very put together. As in, they're all close, is what I meant. This one, make sure you're not cutting off any features. There we go. So then what we're going to do is stick them on the thing, with or without glue, that's your personal preference. And then this piece goes on the front like here, I think. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not. He's upside down. This here, like so. If like so would actually happen, because he's a big boy. Like that. Make sure it's clicked into position. And then this one up here. Like this. Okay, maybe not. Right, with this one, we need to get a craft knife because I've cut it awkwardly. And just actually see where I've not cut it properly on the paper thingamabob. See that little tag thingy at the end there? That's what's stopping us from continuing. So, again, with your craft knife, ever so slightly, cuts it off. Right, now we should be able to put this arm facing forward on him like that. And there we go. That's that one. That's one of the poxwalkers. Now, I do need to move this unit later. But it's, with the size comparison of the normal ones, or the Marines, I guess. What were they called? The Plague Marines. These poxwalkers are pretty much smaller. I don't know if they will play smaller in the actual game, but I haven't got to that part yet. I haven't even built the miniatures, that's why we're here. Hello. I haven't forgotten you guys, don't worry. And so we shall continue. 4B we're going to be making, so get yourself another small base, not to be confused with the big base, and definitely not to be confused with the bigger big base. Those big bases are big. Really big. So with 4B, you only need 2 parts, 1 and 2 of this one. So we find 1 and 2. We find, well, there's 2. This one here. 3. Snip. Snip. Making sure not to cut off any important details. And base. And then that one comes out like that. You can whack that into one of the smaller bases. Right, this will happen a lot. Whoopsie. This will happen a lot. If you notice, with some of the bases, you might get, just in my hand, you'll get little black bits which are sticking out. Now, that will stop our units from going in. So what we need to do with the craft knife, ever so carefully go in between the hole here, just tidy it up a little bit. Nice and careful, watching out for your fingers, just cleaning it up. So then we can put this in here like so. That's number 2. We didn't get number 1. So let's find number 1, shall we? Number 1's this one right here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to cut here, cut here. This one's a really quickie one. And right here, don't cut off his fingers, otherwise he will not be happy. My camera was better quality, I would show you his fingers. And then that's on like, oh whoops, like so. Oh no, can you go on to your torso please? Oh please. Some of you will not have this many issues because I am just stupid. There we go. That went on really nicely actually, eventually. And that's that one. Again, they are much smaller than, no, stop, than the Plague Marines. But I assume they come in better numbers. I do not know the lore of Poxwalkers, but I assume they come in big numbers to overwhelm. Next we'll be doing 4C. So again we need another small base, very small base. And oh hello. No, that's okay. That's not what I thought it was. Right, so as you can see with this one, it hasn't been cut out properly. But that's fine, we can work with it as long as you've got a craft knife. What you're gonna do is just like that, cut through it like so. Minding of your fingers. There we go. So we've tidied that one up, as that was going to be an issue because our miniature would not fit or stand in that. And now I have lost my things, so they're underneath the booklet. So 4C we're doing another easy one of 2 parts, so numbers 4 and 5. So 4 and 5, why is number 3 there? Oh, okay, 3 and 8 are just one piece. Easy. But 4C consists of 4 and 5, which are, there's number 5. We'll just chop his head off. Like so. Wait. Alright, yeah, so he's got like a little stud thing on the back of his head, so you just cut it off to his neck like so. Oh, these awkward cameras are awkward. And here as well. Then your head will go flying off camera. There's his head. It doesn't look like a head, but that doesn't matter yet. And so number 4, I'm just looking out of here. So this one here is number 4. So we'll just cut this one. Wait. Yes. This one here. This one over here. This one up here. And this one over here. And finally, the base ones. You should come out like that. Next, what you're going to do is put the head on the body again. I mean, that's already a nice looking monster, but let's make it even better with a head. A diseased monstrosity. Like so. And make sure to push it all the way on. As you can see, it's not pushed all the way on. Oh, whoops. So just push it on like so. You might have a better time at doing this because you're probably not all an idiot. Making sure not to break off this little buzzsaw thing when you're trying to push it on, otherwise you're in trouble. And that should be alright. That's that one. Now we can just add him to his base, like so. I said like so. Okay, so we need to remove a bit more black of the base by the looks of things. So this bit right here needs to go. Right, so it should fit now. Like a glove or not? Can you please go in like a glove? There we go, like a glove. And that's that one. It's got a lovely mallet as well. Sometimes you'd think that putting these miniatures together would need a mallet, but it's fine. D, we ain't no like D. So we need 6 and 7. Here's number 6 up here, this one. So chop, 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 and chop. And then he falls out like so. And we've forgotten the biggest step of all. Another base. Another base. There we go. Base. This one's cut out nicely, so no cutting required there. We can whack this one straight in, I reckon. Easily. Easily as that. Right. Next thing we need is number 7. So that was number 6 we cut out. So number 7 is... Is it the axe? Yes, it's this thing. A dude with their hands with an axe and a head. So we have to chop, chop, and ever so slightly chop. Then that one can fall out there. Then on the base of it, if we put his head up straight, can then put that on like so. Some force will be required to push these in, but try not to use so much force that you end up breaking them. And oh, your hand is not connected to your hand. I guess it doesn't really matter though, because it's just how they're designed. So, and that's that one. That's a really nice looking one, if my camera wants to focus. There we go. It's a really nice one. I will have to get around to painting these at some point. It just won't be today, or tomorrow, or next week. I don't have paintbrushes or paints, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't need paintbrushes to have fun. We only need a craft knife and some plier bobbers. I don't know what they're called. Right, so now we're going to do E and F, 4 E and F for Plague Marine duties. So we grab these two. As you can see by this one, the base isn't cut out very well, so I'll just quickly go over that like that. And there we have it, and whoopsie, don't you go flying off the table in all. Whoops. So there's those two, and what we can do is with this, just cut out these two dudes here. Snip, snip. Again, make sure not to cut off any details. Just make sure the flat side of your pliers are towards your model. Why are you flared? I don't know. Are you supposed to be flared? What are you? You are 8. So no. So this one like so. Oopsie. You're cool. Now this, again, these ones are just ones that are just one piece. This one was 8. This is number 8, which I just done in the base. And finally number 3. Numbers went out the window fairly quickly. Or numerical order did anyway. So what we want to do is snip, snip, snip. These ones will come out really easily, and they're easy to put on because they're only one piece. Snip. Now we can do away with that one. Whack him on this base, like so. That's all the Plague Marines. Now we have the no wait, no, those were Poxwalkers. Sorry about that. And now I need to try and fish out my other. It's about to get a lot brighter on stream as I try and find where my Space Marine went. And I'm looking for my phone, but my phone is what I'm using to record this with. So, oh wait, he was on the floor right beside me this entire time. So here he is, he's back. He fell off, but he's back. Is there any Force thingy Marines? Three Death or Plague Marines. 1, 2, 3. Okay. For a second there, I thought I had more than 3 Plague Marines. No, it's correct. 3 Plague Marines, 6 Poxwalkers, which we just built, and all of these, which we just built as well. next what we're going to do is intercessor. Should we do another intercessor? We shall do another intercessor. We will do 1B because this one I made here earlier is 1A. He was a pain in the backside, especially his head. We did have it with one of these Plague Marines where their head was, you had to hold it in place, but that's exactly what we had to do here. So, oh, hello. What we want is maybe dust off your table of dirt before you continue, especially if you have OCD, because that stuff's going to get everywhere. Chuck it right in the bin. There's probably somewhere special you should put it, but oh well. Right, next thing you want, base. It's all about that base because we will be building Marines. Right, so we need 1B requires 7 and 8 to start with, so that should be this one. As you can see, I've already cut out this one because of him. So 7 and 8. I don't know if that's on this one. Yep, it is. So 7's this head up in the corner here. Just go ahead and cut him out, making sure to cut at the bottom of the diamond, or top of the diamond, and the bottom of the thing which holds his head in place. We don't want to be cutting off that little extra bit of plastic because that is what holds his head. That's number 7. Where's number 8? Number 8 is this bulky piece here. And again, making sure not to cut off these circular bits when dealing with the arm areas, because that's what the arms go on. That one, that one. And easy to pop out like that. Then we need number 9. Yes, number 9. Number 9 is this part up here where we had his head, I believe. Yeah, 7. So where he had his head is also his torso. So we'll just cut this bit out. Yeah, that's okay. Just snip, snip, snip. Let's rotate this one. Snip. There we go. So with these, like on that Plague Marine we did once, or 3 times, we want to make sure we hold the head in position as we put on the base. Whoopsie. Like, almost like so. It was easy, they said. You're very movie today, aren't you? And then just pop like this. He's going to be a pain in the back and torso and head. Excuse my dog. We lightly push this into here, and that should all clip together like that. So next what we're going to do is find his arms, but first we'll place that here. So Then what we're going to do is, with his head in position, his arms. So get this rack thingy out again. Numbers 10 and 11. 10 is this one. And number 11, which is this arm right next to it. And how much do we need of 11? We need this little extra round piece, so we'll just cut around here, like that, just like that, there. And then here, and then here. Like that. And then we can put that all together in the back. So this arm goes in here, and this arm goes in here. If I cut his hand off, oh no, his hand's there. Oh, okay, okay. So with this one, you want to take his bolt rifle thingy off, put this arm on first, and then put this arm on. Because then that should put this on first. That goes on that, and then this goes up here. Whoops, you're coming off your base. Okay, you go off your base. Get off your base, because you are being annoying now. So I'm just going to do it this way because it's going to be easier without his body in the way. See, much easier without his body in the way. So once you've done that, place that in there like that. And then this one in like that. And there, that's that. Like so. And that's that one almost done. We need his jetpack. Number 12. Number 12 is this one over here where we've just been cutting out all the rest of the stuffs. So, chop. 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 And chop. And then on the back like so. Maybe put your tools down when you're trying to put these all together because it will help significantly. On the back like that, which was relatively straight, and that's still not straight, like so. That's 1B even. Now I am going to take a quick break and then I'll be back. Right, I am back from my short break, and this is going well. Base. I hate this already. So after you get the base, you need to. Right, so we're doing 1C now. That includes numbers 13, 14, and 15 from here. So number 14 is this one here. Making sure to cut. Not to cut off all these things. And you're really active today, aren't you? This one here. Making sure to leave these bits of plastic for the arms. This one here. This one here. This one here. Making sure not to cut off any details as well. Last thing you want is details missing. 13 is this one here. I do apologize if these things are off focus because my camera doesn't focus at all. And 15 is 15 on? Yes. We'll see. Right, with these again, they're a pain in the backside, but just whack that one in like so. Place the back on with the head in there, like that. That one's actually a lot easier than the others. And you can put them on a base as well. Or not, because you've cut it out awkwardly. So with your craft knife, just ever so slightly chisel away at these bits which are sticking out, because miniature isn't going to be going on that soon. Oh, and this one's a really big piece of plastic. Yeah, all you want to do is just saw it until it comes off, which you will eventually. Just have to give it time. There we have it. Then that should fit on base like that. Now then, arms. Which one are we doing? 1C. We need 60, 17, 18. So, number 16. Whoops, you're all active today, aren't you? 16. 17, whoopsie, and 18. This is actually 17 down here, and I think that one might have been 18. Either way, this is 17. We're cutting out like that. And here's one down there. So over there, what we need to do now is put number 17, which is this hand, is left hand with the ghost detector on it. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked into the lore much, but I love the series. Put that on like that, and we want this arm like that. Right, we're gonna have to cut some of it down with our craft knife. Just lightly chip away at what doesn't need to be there. There we go. And then that should fit this arm. Oops. Like so. His arm is really raised up. I didn't realize it was that raised, but it is. And that's that one without his jetpack. Making sure it's roughly center. There we have it. Right, and that's that one done. Well, I'm going to keep this short and say that that's all I'm going to do. I'll do the rest off camera because it's a pain in the back to do it on camera. And yes, I shall see you when I do sometime in the future.